The Dallas Cowboys 2026 NFL Draft is in the books. Let's talk about it. Come with me. Welcome in, everyone. If you don't know me, I go by the name of Smack Talking. There's two things that you must do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So, the 2026 NFL Draft for the Dallas Cowboys is in the books. And I'm going to tell you now, Jerry Jones did the unthinkable. He traded up one. Not too far. He traded up one. He went with safety Caleb Downs. Now, Caleb Downs was projected to go, ain't no telling, because with simply being able to get him to fall at this level, you trade up one and you solidify him. Because if you do not and you pass up on an opportunity like this would be something that the Dallas Cowboys will regret doing. Now, Dallas Cowboys in the second round, the second pick of the first round, Malachi Lawerence from UCF. Now, this guy, physical, lengthy, fits Christian Parker's scheme, and you can tell Christian Parker is in that war room, locked in, giving them the best advice that they possibly could get, because he needs the tools to go and win football games on this defense side of the ball. He doesn't need anybody that's going to suppress that. And I feel like they went into this draft, once I seen this pick, and I said, okay, safety Caleb Downs, and defensive end, edge rusher Malachi Lawerence. Now, you had Keldrick Falk on the board still. A lot of people, that was a discrepancy of why didn't you go there? And I'm not opposed of it. I'm with Malachi Lawerence. Now, the Dallas Cowboys traded away 5th round pick to get linebacker Dee Winters from the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm not opposed to this. This was a great overall trade that you can just solidify and get some extra help in that LB room that you possibly didn't know where you was going to get it from. And it came from the San Francisco 49ers. And Dee Winters played about 17 games, had about 100 and something tackles. And this is going to help Christian Parker as well. To the T, because Christian Parker needs those guys to be able to plug and play and be able to put them in the positions that they need to play in and that they're good at, and be able to solidify that defense side of the ball. It's that simple. It really is. So the Dallas Cowboys did not have a 2nd round pick. We all know that, right? So the Dallas Cowboys then went with Jaishawn Barham, edge, another edge from Michigan, because I don't know what it is with Jerry Jones and the Michigan statue, and we know the Luke Schoonmaker situation and the Mozzie Smith situation did not quite work out. Didn't work out, right? So what in the world do we see in this pick? So I'm like, okay, let me pull up his tape. Bro is physical. He is about his business. And then on top of that, I see in the press conference, this guy is going to start out an inside linebacker, and he's going to be nasty. You put this guy an inside linebacker with the hands and the physicalness that he has, I'm telling you, he's going to be flying around. He's going to be getting to the ball, taking angles that nobody expects, and hopefully forcing turnovers. So this pick was a great pick. Great pick. So obviously there was a need at tackle. So we went with offensive tackle Drew Shelton from Penn State. Now, I'm not opposed to this pick either. Told you, I'm going to be honest, this draft was a great draft by the Dallas Cowboys. And this is another great pick because we all know Terrence Steele, Tyler Guyton, whoever you don't trust, and they both tackles. So if they're either one I'm talking about, Terrence Steele or Tyler Guyton, they both tackles. We might be worried about them. So we address that. And that's something that I love. They're not oblivious to hey, we got to protect them tackles because sometimes them tackles be giving up unnecessary things. So I'm glad we addressed this. Offensive tackle, great at what he does. He looks like a good run blocker. I need to do a little bit more deep diving on him, but he looks like a great run blocker. We're going to see how he sets back in pass protection because that's what Dak Prescott loves to do. They love that Brian Schottenheimer and Dak. They love that deep drop. So next, they went with LT Overton, another edge from Alabama. Now, I'm not opposed to this. Any Alabama talent I want on my team. But how will this guy perform? Training camps, mini camp, rookie mini camp. Because I'm ready to see if this guy causes any noise, because any Alabama players has that will and that want to, and they know what it takes to win football games, and that's what we need on the defensive side of the ball. And lastly, Anthony Smith, wide receiver from East Carolina. Now, I don't know what it is with Jerry Jones in East Carolina. Stephon Revell came from East Carolina. Now he's dipping and dabbing over there again. So he got a receiver named Anthony Smith. And I'm not opposed to this either, just to have some back end help, some depth help, see how he does in training camp, see how he does in mini camps and OTAs, whatever the case may be, and see if he can last, because not all these guys are going to last. Don't get me wrong. Who knows who's going to, they all might last. But I'm going to tell you now, this grade in this draft was a great draft, and I'm giving it a solid B+, because the Dallas Cowboys addressed a lot of their needs, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, and they came into the draft and they made sure that they addressed their needs. They didn't come in and get the pretty pick. That pretty pick fell to them, fell in their lap, and they was like, oh yeah, I take that one trade up and get a pretty pick. So they did that, and I love that by Jerry. So Jerry Jones was in that room cooking. Christian Parker was in that room cooking too. Brian Schottenheimer was in there cooking, and I'm loving. I'm not opposed of it, so that's why I'm giving it a B. So meet me down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this grade. Let me know your grade as to why you got that grade. So with that being said, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button. And until next time.